Hello. Right, it's another Commander Lucosa video, and it's another exploration video. And like my last video, if I sound totally disinterested, it's because I am totally disinterested. Yeah, so anyway, I'm starting in the Capella system, which is not a particularly great system to go to. I'll show you the system map to give you an idea of why. Now, the suns are somewhat impressive, but I mean, the entire system has already been scanned, so there's no reason to come here as far as exploration goes. When you arrive, you are about 52 light seconds away from this sun. But it's the docking stations. This is the one I'm at, Matthew's base. As you can see, you arrive just under 10,000 light seconds away. I don't really like these long journeys to get to docking stations, but nevertheless it's a bit necessary. And as you can see, they are all around that distance. The reason I docked here is because it's the closest one. It is an independent system. It's also an anarchy system. So if you are a relative newcomer, or you don't have the credits to cover your rebuy costs, I don't recommend coming here, or at least not unless you come here in solo mode. In fact, there's corporate and cooperative allegiances as far as the government goes, so maybe Charles Orbiter and Dark Sport is a better place to land if you don't want to take your chances with anarchy systems or anarchy stations. Now, I've already got a course laid in, so I have to go through Uchaluroja. I have to go through there anyway. And the place I'm going to is Maia. Now, before all 6 of you who have suggested this place to me as if I've never heard of it suddenly pipe up and say, hey, that was my idea. No, it wasn't. If it was anybody's idea, it was Commander Mono's. But I knew about Maia ages ago. When I did my video to HIP 34707, I mentioned Maia then. And I also took a look at it on the galaxy map, I think. And in those days, I thought that's way too far away. These days, I consider it quite a short trip, so much so that once again I'm doing it in the Anaconda rather than changing into the Asp. If we go back to the galaxy map, there is another reason for going there, apart from the obvious one, and that is, it is within the Pleiades Nebula. So we get to see what it's like to fly within a nebula. Now, as you can see, this is a planetary nebula, which means that Maia isn't going to be the only system I go to. I will take a trip to SATA-II, I'm sure I'm pronouncing these two wrong. SATA-II. It's probably more like SATA-P and SATA-P2. Then we have Merapi, which is over here somewhere. Here it is. I'll take a look there. Pleione, could be Ply 1, Atlas, I'll take a look at that. I might even take a look at HIP 17694. Basically, I'll look at everywhere in this system that isn't just, you know, Pleiades, sector, bloody fucking blah. So, the distance to the main destination is 346.19 light years, which for a you know, an expedition or an exploration trip is fairly short, especially in comparison to some I've made. I've done at least 3 that have been a lot further than that. I'll say it will take longer because I will be checking out other systems. Here's another one that I'll be going to. I didn't see that one at first. So there are a fair few systems within the nebula that I'll be checking out, as well as Maia itself. Now, why am I going there? Well, most of you seem to think I don't know about it, although I do know about it. So most of you already know why I'm going there and what is waiting for me there when I get there. If you're one of the few who don't know, and the fact that I mentioned HIP 34707 hasn't given it away, I'll tell you during another part.
Released.
Now, I don't have any cargo.
Landing gear retracted.
No surprise there. You don't want to be taking cargo with you when you're doing a run to an exploration trip. Not much has changed regarding my stats or anything since the last video I did, which again is hardly surprising because it hasn't been that long since I did that video. There have been a couple of changes though. Number of systems visited has gone up to 884 and profits from exploration has gone up to 6,371,658. On level 2 detail scans has gone up to 1,393. That's because I went to a few other systems, including Aldebaran, which was a bit of a disappointment actually. I mean, okay, it's got a yellow-orange giant star, but not a lot else. But I think it only had one other space body, which was another star, which I scanned, so I scanned the entire system and I got less than $5 grand for it. Now, I'm pretty sure the Pleiades Nebula is either that one, I'm trying to use the pointer to point to it, right, that one, or that one. I'm not sure which. Clearly we will find out because that's exactly where I'm going. Right. Here we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Expecting. I thought, oh yeah, I forgot this place doesn't need scanning. A yellow-orange star. I thought the Rohar part of the name would give a clue as to what I would find here. It turns out there's not a red dwarf at all. It's just a yellow-orange. Well, I say just. Red dwarfs are significantly more common and more boring, and I forgot about fuel scooping. I said, I'm completely disinterested in all this. The only reason I am doing it is because I can't sleep. It is 1:45 in the morning. I feel as rough as hell. I've also got a dose of the 2 bob bits, so yeah, it's been a great night. And I also have a lot of other things on my mind. So I could not be less interested in Elite Dangerous or doing videos of it at the
Fuel
moment.
scooping complete.
Nevertheless, I am doing them to take my mind off things. And that's the only reason that I'm playing the game and doing
Fuel
this video.
scoop disengaged.
I don't care if people watch this video or not. I don't care if you like it or think it's shit. I don't care about any aspect of the fucking thing at all.
Frameshift
Next
drive
system
charging.
also does not need scanning.
Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping.
The next system does need scanning. And I dare say so will all the rest after this. So I'm going to pause it here. And we will be back when there is something to come back to. Okay. Now, as you can see from the amount of fuel I'm having to scoop, I've already hit some problems with this trip. I've got a lot of fuel scooping to do. Indeed, okay, it's just given me enough now to be able to reach the next destination. Prior to this, I wasn't able to get there. Now that I am taking on even more, my mass is going up, so that those bottom 2 of the systems at least can't be reached because of my mass. So what I've done is currently change my galaxy map to show the star types, especially as I'm now in an area where allegiances doesn't mean anything. So I do have 1, 2, so the third jump I'll be able to fuel scoop again. Well, I should be okay for a little bit. Quite a few stars with very prominent names. Makes me wonder what's there. That's probably fuck all. It's also rather obvious now which of those 2 nebulas is the one I'm going to. So that's the Pleiades Nebula there. The other one I was looking at is the California Nebula, which I think is a lot further away. Now I've deselected L types right the way through the white dwarf stars because I think those are the ones I can't fuel scoop from. But well, hopefully I can fuel scoop from all of these. I have no idea what a non-sequence star is. Oh, okay, looks like we're done with the old fuel scooping. On to the next system.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
also an annoying moth in this room. So if you hear a loud cracking sound, that's me with the fly swap getting that bastard thing. Right, on we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Fuel scooping up this one. I'm not going to bother with any of them. Straight on to the next one. It's an awful lot quicker when you don't have to fuel scoop. Trouble is, if you have too many systems one after the other where you don't have to, you're then in a spot of bother.
Frameshift drive charging.
Another one of these. This is going to be a SATA-III, I think. 8 new objects. It looks like they're all crappy. Yeah, they are. They're all bloody clusters. Anyway, yeah, that was a SATA-III star. I think all the stars that look like that are going to be classed as SATA-III. They're reaching the final stage of the gravitational collapse. That's why they look like that. So they are going to be SATA-III every time. Alright, next one.
Frameshift drive charging.
I think I may have to do a pause in a minute because it's, well, I've got a long fucking fuel skip ahead of me at this place.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
So, according to the scanner, thanks to the servers, I'm currently fuel scooping off something that doesn't actually exist. For fuck's sake. This is one serious drawback with exploration. I mean, surely it must be, you know, understandable. I'm sure the servers are really on, you know, fucking bordering overload at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. So what will happen first? The analysing of the scan finishing or the actual number of objects in the system coming up? Or a disconnect? I mean, Yeah, there we go. Could this fucking game take the piss any more than it already fucking does? No. Oh, how very nice of you. Actually fucking work. Right, I can't see how far away that is. It looks like it's a fair old distance. 168,000. Yeah, I don't think I'll bother with you though. Right, anyway, yeah, I've got a long old wait with the old short scoop here, so I'll pause this one and be back when there is something to come back to. Right, we are in the Pleiades sector FW-3 B2-1, and as you can see, no shortage of stars in this place. There are two more. One is also pretty bloody close. So not as close as that one, but it's close enough.
Fuel scooping complete.
Can't quite see it yet, but soon enough. And the final one I'll also scan. It's about 7,000 light seconds away, but that's
Fuel scoop disengaged.
not too bad. So I'll scan that one as well before we bugger off. So that means this is the first system that I've scanned fully. And the other news is that already Maia is only about 11 jumps away. So it hasn't taken particularly long to get there. Well, I say it like that, I'm not there yet, but you know what I mean. Right. More when it happens. Okay. Well, I'm now in a rather annoying system that doesn't have anything worth scanning apart from the actual sun. And although it looked like a red dwarf, it's actually a SATA-III, so I couldn't scoop from it. But the old Pleiades Nebula is starting to look somewhat bigger. And I had 10 jumps to go, so it's going to get a lot bigger than that. Well, it should anyway.
Frameshift drive charging.
Across any brown dwarfs as the main star anyway for a while, and I'm thinking that that region that I stumbled across on the way back from Beetlejuice, and then also found myself in my aborted attempt to get to VY Canis Majoris. It must be relatively narrow. I clearly crossed through it when I went through that small section that had, you know, the brown doors, because I haven't come across any more since then. Which I am rather pleased about. However, because that last system had the SATA-III star in it, I do still have a lot of fuel scooping to do. So I think that makes this an excellent choice of place to pause, and I'm certainly not going to bother scanning that fucker. So, more when it happens. Okay, we are 8 jumps away. I think it's 8. Yeah. And the next jump takes us to the first Pleiades sector, so we are actually entering it. It's either, well, the nebula is either smaller than I thought, or it's a lot further away than it would appear, with only 8 jumps to go. Anyway.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's see what we have.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was still going. Right, more when it happens. Okay, the nebula is growing in size, and what I was checking on the galaxy map during that quiet segment when I had my brain fart is how many stars I can fuel scoop from while I'm in here. It looks like there are a fair amount of them, but there is also quite a number that I can't, so it looks like I'm going to have to, well, Atlas Pleione, that's fine, I'm going to be checking those anyway, but Merapi there, Sterapy 2, Celiano, Sterapy, they all look like I can't, so I'm going to have to go to a few other systems within the nebula just so that I can fuel scoop. Not planned, but oh well. It's more exploration data, so I'll take it. We are now 5 jumps away.
Frameshift drive charging.
I would say, yeah, we can see where we're going, but to be honest, we could see where we were going in terms of the nebula before we even bloody set off.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Anyway, more when it happens. Okay, The next system, as you can see, is Asterope. According to the galaxy map, that is within the nebula itself, so we must be pretty bloody close to it now. And given that it did look quite small when we started off, and now look at the size of it, we must be bloody close to it. And the system after Asterope is Maia. Let's go.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Big old star, or at least very bright. 9.61, not that big.
Fuel scooping.
Right, well they are both way too far away. Now, was Salino one of the places that I wanted to check out within this area? I'm pretty sure it was. Let's just check. Okay, Asterope is right on the edge. According to this, Salino is within it. So, okay, I'll go there next. We have finished fuel scooping.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
How big does the old nebula look now? A fair old size by the looks of it. More than filling the screen. And it gives you some idea of how close we are to it. That don't look too bad. I think you do get to see some pretty impressive sights while you're out here exploring. Right, let's see how it looks even further in.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Now I have a feeling that Maia is a bit of a tricky one. We've got to be careful when we go there. If I haven't already said, because I can't remember, Maia is a black hole.
Fuel scooping.
8 objects, none of them
Fuel
are
scooping
stars,
complete.
so I can't be asked. Even if one is only 52 light seconds away. Now, is Asterope 2 one of the ones I've been to yet? No. Okay, you're next. Oh, hang on. How about Merope? Yeah, we'll go to you first. Asterope next. Or Asterope 2 next, I should say. Right. fuel scoop complete. Of course, this close to the star here, you're not going to see anything in the way of the
Fuel scoop
nebula.
disengaged.
And I suspect all of these named stars here are definitely the Pleiades themselves. And I suspect they are all quite bright. So they're all going to be like Class B blue whites and whatever. But yeah, it certainly looks like we are definitely within the nebula. Dust everywhere. Okay, maybe not quite in it yet, right on the outskirts by now. Anyway, Mirapi, here we come.
Drive charging. Fuel scooping complete.
Right, how far is that other star? Not very, seems to be the answer. I've just got to find it on this fucking list. Oh, fuck off, it's not any of them. Oh, no, right. There you are. 5092. We're going to give you a look. Must have just used another ton of fuel. So that means to get out here, my current fuel usage cost is 0. I can live with that.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
No sign of nebula. I wonder if that's, well, we are still quite close to a rather prominent light source. See a bit of colour around us when we're flying through the dust here. Don't tell me we've already flown through it. Will it be on the galaxy map? No, we should still be able to see it very easily. Anyway, SATA-III 2 is going to be the next place. It's fairly prominent either side of us, but not where we are. I hope that's not how it's going to look while we're travelling through it. That will be an immense disappointment if it is. I was hoping to see some decent colours while we were travelling through here. What I don't need is the fucking ship decelerating for seemingly no reason. We're not so close to it yet, you know. For fuck's sake. It's obviously an extremely dim brown dwarf, probably more likely a large gas giant. Yeah, it must be. How close we are now and it still hasn't started scanning. There we go. So about 450, so it must be a large gas giant. So it'll be a very small brown dwarf. Now, where did I say we were going? Therapy 2, that's it. Or was it? Right, Selena I've done, yeah, thought I had. Maia will be one of the last I go to. Right, Therapy 2. Over to you. Oh, now that looks much better. So that's why I couldn't see it, like flying all around the edge of it. Yeah, that does look pretty impressive. Right, yeah, we'll do it if I put the speed up. Right, here we go.
Drive charging.
Surprised there's some other blue-white.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
25,000, too far away, can't be bothered. Fuel scooping is complete. Let's check out where we're going next. Therapy done. Pleiades not done. Right, you're next. That's right on the outskirts. So, okay, probably not going to see much there. God, fucking hell. I haven't got any lights on in this room, so the glare off that thing when it comes back on screen is, yeah, giving me a fucking headache. And I've had a headache all day, on top of everything else.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So, that's Pleiades. That there must be Atlas. Now what's that? Nothing in this system. I wonder if that's Maia. Right, can't see the... oh, okay, it's coming into view now. There we go. Right. I could end up staying here a while just to gawp at the bloody colours of the nebula from inside.
Drive charging.
suns, or stars, whatever you want to call them. See if any of them are... fuck off. Right, they're all going to be a fair way. Oh, fucking no. Alright, what about you? Okay, that's... Alright, there's one. 2,166. That's not too far away. We'll go and have a look at that one. Now, what other possibilities are there? Well, it's not going to be any more than 7,000 light seconds away, so the other two are definitely candidates for exploration. As you've already seen perfectly illustrated, I'm not going to scan everything out here in terms of everything in all of these systems. The only system I'm going to scan fully is Maia, if I can. Because that's one drawback about scanning all of this before I go into Maia and scan it. If Maia is as dodgy as it could be, I mean, bearing in mind I kept saying all this about the other black hole I went to, and that turned out to be fuck all nothing. But if Maia is rather more risky, then of course I've scanned all this for nothing. The real surprise is it's only taken me an hour to get out here. Fucking hell, now I've got to try and figure out which of these is the other stars. I've got to tell you what, I've got an idea. Fuck doing it that way, let's do it this way. Right, there's one, 5,000. That doesn't look like a star to me. Well, this one obviously is, but I mean, that doesn't, that might be. Anyway, I found one of them. Get quite a good view of the nebula there. The trouble is I'm going alongside it. So I must be pretty close to the edge of it here, although it's not very large. Why do I say that? I mean, I'm doing light year jumps every time I go from one system to another, and I'm staying within it. So, yeah, when I say it's not very large, I don't exactly mean it's a tiny little fucking thing. No surprise that that's a brown dwarf. What about this one? Yeah, this must be the last star. Yes, it is. Looks like I definitely need to do more trips into nebulas. The trouble is, this one is the closest by a long way. The thing is, with the exception of Antares, every single exploration trip I've done has taken me further away from the galactic centre. I need to do more heading towards the galactic centre. Okay, there was that HIP 76745 or whatever it was, 78756 rather, but that was something a bit different. That wasn't just to see one major site, that was to see, the site of the entire system. So I don't really put it in the same sort of bracket as I do all of these. Right, now, I could scan the planets orbiting it, but I can't be asked, so I'm not going to. Right, Atlas is next. This looks like it's taking us even further away from the nebula.
Frameshift drive charging.
Being a Type B blue-white. There's a shock. Biggest one so far.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly a large jump. Right, how far is that one? 12,000. Can't be bothered. Right, I think that means there's only one left then. And that's the big one. But I will double check first. Alright. Pleiades is done. Merope done. Asterope 2 done. Asterope was done. That was before I even got into Seleno done. And it looks like that's it for the named ones. Yep. Just Maia left. Now, will I emerge right in front of the black hole, or will I emerge in front of the star within the system? Only one way to find out.
Drive charging. Ready to engage. 3, 2, 1, engage.
This time that big time. Oh joy. Right, well what's the betting that is where the fucking black hole is. Right. Well, it's going to take a bit of time to get to the old black hole. Let's take a look at the galaxy map, see, not galaxy map, wrong fucking thing. The system map. And see whereabouts it is. There it is. So all those other stars are, okay, not all brown dwarfs. What the fucking hell is that thing doing orbiting out here? This system's fucked up. Okay, alright. I was just going to say, did I finish scooping? No, I didn't even
Fuel
start.
scooping complete.
Now I have.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Right, scanning this system is going to take fucking ages. So, what I'm going to do is pause the video and I will be back when I am starting to scan the black hole, or when I'm going to head towards it. Actually, given that it is about 360 odd light years away, light seconds away, 360,000 I should have said, I think what I'll end up doing is waiting until I'm on my way towards it. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of fuck all in it. So I'll be back when I'm making my way there. Right, well I'm well on my way to the black hole. You can quite clearly see all of the multicoloured dust cloud of the nebula all around us, so hopefully that means that the light distortion around the black hole should be quite easily seen. Certainly more easily seen than it was at what was it, HIP 34707 I think it was called. And there's no denying it, at some point I am going to have to go to Sagittarius A, well, Sagittarius A asterisk, and check out the supermassive black hole there. I'd like to see all, as much of the major sites within the galaxy, and that's one of them. And there are some other noteworthy stars that I've got down on my list that are on the way. In fact, some of them are quite close to it. So it is something I'm going to have to do at some point. I mean, I've got them written down on a bloody, bit of paper here. Actually wrote them down with a pen and paper. If you're a teenager and you're watching this, ask your mum and dad what pen and paper is. I realise you probably never used it. Right, well, I might as well pause it because I've still got a fair old wait before we get there. So more when we get closer to it. Right, well, we're a bit closer, not very much, but a bit. It went time. I guess it was inevitable that it was going to happen, but I was looking through some astronomical journals, and some astrophysicist, I haven't got a clue who he is, but my opinion of him is that he's a fucking prick, proposed the existence of something called a white hole. I almost dreaded this. I just had this feeling that somebody who read too much fucking science fiction would come up with the idea. Gravity doesn't work like magnetism, you know, there isn't a plus and you know, a positive and a negative. Yeah, you can have, you know, immense gravitational fields, you know, that are theoretically so strong that light can't escape them, which is of course the black hole. And I say theoretically because we still don't have any actual, you know, physical evidence that black holes exist, which is not surprising because given by their very nature you can't take pictures of them because they're invisible. But to suggest that something has so much anti-gravity, which doesn't really exist. You can have zero gravity and that's where it stops. You can't have negative gravity. So to suggest that something has not only negative gravity but so much of it that it pushes everything away including light, it's just fucking bullshit. Now the thing is, scientists can be some of the most closed-minded people you could ever have the misfortune to meet. And the person who came up with this idea is now probably going to swear that it's absolutely true and all that. The fact that nothing in, you know, the known universe has been discovered that comes in any way close to being one of these things doesn't seem to put him off. But then again, I will always remember there was some science program I was watching about exoplanets. And there was this scientist bloke, he was an American, I can't remember his name again, but he was saying that they had discovered some gas giant orbiting some planet, star or other, and he was saying that going on by a theory that he had created, that planet shouldn't be there. Now, him saying that was bad enough, but he then went on to say something far, far, far worse, which was that he then went on to say, but then again, according to my theory, the planets Uranus and Neptune shouldn't be where they are. And I just found myself screaming at the television, well, that fucking tells you that your theory is wrong, you fucking cunt. Now, of course, like I said, he's an American, so, you know, he will rather say that the universe is wrong, not his theory. And if I do ever see that bloke, I will punch him so hard in the face that I will probably break my, well, every bone in my hand. Yeah, he didn't exactly have to look very far in astronomical terms to see the proof that his theory was a load of fucking bollocks. No, our solar system, and now it appears the entire universe, they're the things that are wrong, not him. You fucking cocksucker. Anyway, after that, we're now only about 36,000 light seconds away. So I shall pause it here and be back when we are in range of being able to see something. Well, see as much as you can of something that's invisible, but you know what I mean. Okay, we are 13,000 light seconds away and we are starting to see some light distortion. If I move up, you can spin around a bit and hopefully you can see the way the stars are quite clearly being distorted. The stars in the background there. Now I'm wondering how careful I have to be when I'm scanning everything that's orbiting this thing. Because I'm almost certainly going to have to keep flying, you know, past it. Now the distortion's getting quite noticeable. Starting to see some of the distortion of the nebula cloud as well. See if we can get to an angle where we can see, yeah, a lot of distortion around the nebula now. Slow down just a touch. Plenty of it now. Yeah, there it goes. Go back the other way and see it all clearly from this side. Again, it's very small, just like the other one. There we have the Maia black hole. Well, I'm not fucking investigating that strong signal source when it's that close to it. Fuck off. Right, well I'm going to finish scanning everything in this system. I'll be back when I've done that. We'll have another fly past of the black hole then. Right, I am now scanning the last object and pressing the wrong keys. There has been an awful lot of really shitty stuff out here on icy planets or rocky worlds or some such shit. Anyway, so that is Maia fully scanned. So It starts off with the rather large blue-white, and on to these various uninteresting ones. We get a high metal content one there, then another star there. Fuck knows what a class M star is doing orbiting that fucking thing. So we have a class 4 gas giant, i.e. a big one, and then another star, brown dwarf, the largest of the brown dwarfs, and then some more there, and Maia A7. Then we get to the interesting bit, the Maia B, the black hole. Then the well, it is a brown dwarf star, but anyway, I scanned all this lot, and it's all icy worlds and rocky planets, all absolute shit. Then another brown dwarf, and we get more rocky planets and icy worlds and fuck all else. I suppose I shouldn't really be too surprised, because I mean, orbiting around these things, there's, you know, you're not going to find anything particularly superb. So all this lot, again, all icy planets, rocky worlds, rocky planets, and then we have finally this one, an icy planet again, but it's a sort of gas giant version. These are gas giants that are very small, much smaller than Uranus and Neptune. So, let's go and have one more fly past the old black hole, and then we need to decide where we're going to go. Well, I say need to decide, I already know where I'm going to go. Let's see what sort of light distortion effects we'll get this time. Already starting to see it. Doesn't help that I'm being slowed down. 6,500 light seconds away from the fucking thing. I don't need to be slowing down. Certainly see it doing its magic there. We're starting to speed up again. I don't mind telling you that I am in serious need of a cup of tea. It is 4:15 in the morning. See, in all the science fiction and all that, the idea that you have all of these other stars and planets and what have you orbiting the black hole would be considered impossible. Then if your only source of knowledge of black holes comes from watching that fucking Disney film, it's not surprising. I mean, the thing in that film bears no resemblance to a black hole whatsoever. The closest thing it does resemble is either a quasar or a wormhole. both of which only exist in theory. I mean, okay, technically black holes only exist in theory. For all the evidence there is that says they exist, there is almost as much, if not as much, evidence that says they don't. Do I think they exist? Yes. Do I think they are the sort of things that the sci-fi writers would have you believe? No. Are they particularly dangerous? Not really. Not unless you get ridiculously close to them. If you get so close to them that you can't get away, then, you know, that's your fault. If you keep a respectable distance away from them, they're no more dangerous than any other sun or remnant of a sun. Certainly see plenty of distortion around it now, and that's the only real danger of them, is that if you're looking at them through the regular spectrum, well, you can't see a bloody thing. So yeah, you could run into it and not know it. Well, until it was way too late. But if you were to look through them, for example, through X-ray astronomy, or even through gamma ray astronomy, you'd have no problem spotting them. And that also dispels the myth that nothing can escape from them, not even light, because X-rays and gamma rays not only escape from them, they are pushed out with such an enormous force that X-ray telescopes and, or X-ray radio telescopes I should say, and gamma ray telescopes, radio telescopes, have no trouble spotting them. And that's where part of the problem comes in, because what they are seeing, although it could quite easily be construed that it is a black hole, it could also be various other things, and at the moment no one's 100% sure. I mean, the fact that Stephen Hawking is absolutely convinced that they do exist is quite a compelling argument, because he wouldn't put his name to something like that unless he was absolutely certain. Whoa, I just realised I'm fucking close to this thing. Right, I'm going to bugger off. Now, where are we going? Not there. Why did I fucking click on that? I want to make sure that I go a different route to the one I took. So when I came here, I came down by Salino there and Asterapy there, so I don't want to go that way back, so I am going to go, how far's that, 12.04, plenty. That also takes me outside the nebula, so we are leaving the Pleiades Nebula, and our first stop is here. Now, Let's also oops, go back to showing allegiance, I think, now. So we say bye-bye to the black hole and to the Pleiades Nebula in one fell swoop. And then once I've been here,
Frameshift drive charging.
my next destination is well, back to populated space. This is the case of which system do I dock at.
1. Engage.
I already know the answer to that. I will be docking at Exbeur, where I was at the end of the Pulsar video.
Fuel scooping.
No, they're way too far away. Right, well, while it's fuel scooping, it's got a fair way to go. Let's 355, that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. That should take us through plenty of systems that I haven't been to before. I have been there. Fuck all there. And well, I may as well pause it now, and I shall be back when there is something worthwhile, if there is.
Fuel scooping complete.
Right, back in a bit. Right, return trip is taking a bit longer than planned because I had to dash off for a bit. I'll let you try and figure out why. Now I'm still quite a way away, I'm still 18 jumps away, and yet the next system is Wolf 1293. Now I thought that all stars or systems with the Wolf designation were within the local cluster, which seems to be where Federation Spaces
Frameshift drive charging.
is all set up. This is nowhere fucking near it. This must be one of the most remote Wolf designated stars there is.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Now obviously if you're a Star Trek fan, you will know one Wolf system in particular, Wolf 359, where the Federation fought the Borg and got their asses kicked. I have been to Wolf 359 in this game. It was
Fuel scooping.
decidedly unimpressive. And no, there are no Federation starships or Borg cubes anywhere to be seen. And it is an independent system, so it's really not worth going to. Well, I don't think it is anyway. I'm not a fan of independent systems. Everything's too expensive. Anyway, and this system has just one other object. It's only 8,600 light seconds away, so I am going to go and scan it once I've finished fucking fuel scooping. It takes ages if I crawl along with the fuel scoop rate only at 130. I need to at least double that.
Fuel scooping complete.
And obviously I was getting further away from the sun. Right, anyway,
Disengaged.
more when it happens. Okay. I was about to say, before I got to this system, that taking this route I hope means I've managed to avoid that band of brown dwarfs. This is the first system I've come to that has one, and I've forgotten to do the old discovery scanner. Nothing there worth scanning. So, let's hope that this next star also, or isn't also, a brown dwarf. If it is, then clearly I have entered that section where there are an awful lot of them. And rather than leave it too late, I will straight away look for an alternative route. And we're getting close to single figures now. There's only 11 jumps to go. In fact, it's just occurred to me, I haven't looked to see how many systems I've been to. 927. That's not bad. I haven't got a fucking clue what the 900th system was. Oh.
Frameshift drive charging.
But it is a SATA-III. So I can't fuel scoop from this fucking thing either. They are just going to be fragments, yep. Alright. Just make sure we're not going to fly into this thing. Okay, now let's see where we are going. Next system is no good to me, but the one after it is, and I can get there. Just hope I've got it right and Class M stars are okay. I'm pretty sure I have. So I can't fuel scoop from this next place, but I can from the one after.
Frameshift drive
Well,
charging.
this should be a short visit. The brown dwarf in all its pointless glory. Fuck all else here. This is a bit of a shittery system. Weak signal source. I'm not going to bother with it. Right, so if I read the map right, this next place will be fuel scoopable. If I've read it wrong, I could be in some shit, because I will only have enough fuel left to do one jump. So there will need to be a fuel scoopable star relatively close.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping. Main fuel tank drained.
Because I didn't have the range to get to the next destination. Now I do. Mianku. Lots of named systems. It looks like, yep, I'm back in populated space. There we are. Let's fix the view back to allegiance. There we go. So we're okay now. Still got a bit of a way to go, but should be able to scoop from everywhere that we find now. As it is, I've got a long old wait before I finish scooping off this fucking thing. So another pause, back when there's something to come back to. Right, let's try that again. Right, now that I'm scooping away here and I'm bored, let's try something a bit different. Let's try a quiz. And the first person to come up with the right answer in the comments section
Fuel scoop disengaged.
wins fuck all other than me telling or saying that so and so got it right in the next video. There's an incentive for you. So the question, well, if you watch QI you will already know the answer to it, so you've got a bit of a head start there. So the question is, what colour is space? Sounds easy. Let's see if you get it right. I should say that if you know the answer from watching QI, you shouldn't be allowed to enter. But I've no idea, you know, who has and who hasn't. And anybody can say, no, I didn't watch it.
Frameshift drive charging.
So who cares? I mean, the fact that the prize consists of fuck all is, well, means I'm not really going to bar anyone from entering. So there you go, in the comment section, just write your answer away. What colour is space? And I'll reveal the right answer and the first person to get it right when I do the next video, whenever that is. In the meantime, I'm not sure where I am.
Fuel scooping.
Right. So this place unexplored, and yet there's a colony set up here. In fact, I mean, that planet is so close, surely I can scan that from here. This is going to be an extremely rare moment. This isn't a system that I'd come to as a target, and yet I could end up scanning the whole thing. I am. And just like Seri, or however you pronounce it, C-E-R-R-Y, it's inhabited and yet needs scanning. On top of that, with Seri,
Fuel scooping complete.
my name's all over it because I was the first person to scan it, which is taking the piss. Anyway, with this sun being just 330 odd light seconds away, scanning that won't be a problem. And then once that's done, we're off to LP59-19, make that 54-19. And I have no idea how many jumps there are after that, only 3. So, oh, back with more, and there's more to come back to. Right. I'll actually be able to start one of these things off first time in a minute. Right, here we are in Exbeur, we are back. And Engel Hub is where I'm heading, because it's nice and close, and also because the price for buying gold there is only 9,000 and I think it's about 9,027. Certainly less than 9,100, so it's a decent price to buy in.
Complete.
But there's another reason why I wanted to come back here, and it's certainly not so I can say, ooh, look at me, I got the Exbeur permit. Because permits are a bit of a moot point. More than half the time you get the permit and you go to the system and then you realise there was absolutely fuck all reason to want the thing. Because there's nothing there. But Exbeur does have something else there, as well as a decent price on gold. And have I got time to show you on the Galaxy map or system map before we get there? I'll risk it. It's this one here, Exbeur 7. Now the Exbeur 7A ring type metal rich. Now, okay, it doesn't say, you know, that you are guaranteed to get gold, palladium, platinum, and when 1.3 comes along, osmium. But nevertheless, you're more likely to get metals than minerals, and most of the time when I was mining, I would always get minerals. Metals have a higher value, so hopefully there will be some decent metals out there. So that's what I am going to have a stab at anyway, going to I'm assuming there are resource extraction sites there. Even if there aren't, surely I can just go there and find my own spot. And see if there's any to take. Now of course the trouble with going to resource extraction sites is that you've got umpteen million bloody pirates who are always coming along. But hopefully... It's not often I say this, but hopefully I'll be in a zone where it's all fucking sidewinders and vipers and cobras and adders and fuck all else. And then it just takes seconds to blow the fuckers up. You don't even have to move, so you just stay by the asteroid you're mining, take them out and then go back to doing what you were doing. Can when you're in one of these things anyway. I would advise doing it if you're in a sidewinder. find out. And because of my
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
fucking allied reputation with the Federation that I don't really want, but you know, I've got it. My costs for repairing the integrity have gone down even more, and they're now about the same as they would be in the Empire. So I don't need to worry about that too much. I mean, they're still going to be fucking high because I've taken the Anaconda there. Anyway, 937 systems visited. So I've got 6.37 million in profits. Let's see how much that goes up. Right, 6 credits in repairs doesn't fill me with confidence. Neither does clicking on the wrong fucking button. 374,730. That's a lot less than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be over 600,000. So I'll definitely take that. Now, while I'm here, let's have a look. See, I'm getting the federal invitation for Exbeur. I'm here. Why are you giving me a fucking federal invitation when I'm in the system that you're offering the fucking permit to? Poxy fucking thing. Anyway, on to the important stuff. So that page goes for 359,875, thanks almost entirely to the fully scanned Maia system, going at 120,630. Maia B, that's the black hole, 37,267. By far the most valuable. And you can spot all the fucking icy worlds from paying next to fuck all. I mean, okay, it's about 250 odd more than it would have been if I'd just, you know, scanned the area and then buggered off, but oh well, it's extra credits I suppose. But the price, you know, it's 37,000 for the black hole. I'll take. Most of the other systems around there that I scanned, okay, Merope 15,614, I guess isn't too bad. All the others are so Pleiades 36,718. That's not bad either. All the rest a bit crap. Well, I'm going to sell everything here, so I might as well just sell them before I look at the next page. So 359,875 for that one. 172,467 for this one. Anything particularly good? 34,796 for that one. I'm not expecting any firsts. There are plenty of people who have gone out to Maia, and surely just about every route has been covered. 56,350 is clearly the last page. This one is the only system that's in 5 figures. There's a lot of really crappy paying ones here, but all 2,401 or 2,404 there. So yeah, some pretty crappy ones there. Still, it's another 56,350. So that must be getting on, what, 600,000? Yeah, so 6,960,350 in total, 1,506 level 2 detail scans. That's not bad. So when it comes to me doing my next exploration trip, though I can't think of where I want to go next, everywhere else that I'm thinking of is a hell of a long way away. Yeah, well, wherever it is, it will certainly take me to 1,000 systems and beyond, and, well, possibly take me to 8 million. Would be nice. But I think I'm going to start doing a bit of mining around here first before I do any more trips out to the old, what do you call them, exploration voyages. But there you go, that's that video done, that's that trip to Maia done, and it didn't pay too badly, and the Pleiades Nebula did look quite good. So that's this video done with. So this is Commander Luke, you guessed it, signing off.